Hey everyone! I wanted to talk to you today about GPS. We all love our GPS, and there's this cool feature on your GPS where you can kind of pick what route you want. So it will tell you either the fastest route, the most economical, like gas-friendly route, or maybe one that avoids highways or avoids construction. There's different routes, right? And that's how our life is. We have different routes that we can take. We have different choices to make when we're making a decision based on what we should do. And God had really spoke to me this week about how a lot of times when we're making choices, we think about those things. Either what's going to get us there the quickest, right? We want the quickest success, the fastest way to make money, right? Or sometimes we're like, what's going to avoid things in our life that we don't want, like our construction. Choices that we can make that will help us avoid those things. A lot of times we look in the natural and we say, hey, let's look at our life and see what option fits our life best or our goals best. And he told me to just every time I'm making a choice like this, ask him what he thinks the best route is to take. Ask him which route would be the most successful. Jeremiah 29:11, it says that God has plans for our life, right? Not plans to harm us, not plans to hurt us, but plans to help us prosper and have a future. But if we're not listening to God, if we're looking at all the things in the natural, like, hey, what's the fastest way I can get here? Or, hey, what's the easiest route to take? Instead of God's route that he has planned for our lives, we don't always get to have that prosperity. It actually came about because I was on the phone with my mom, and she said that her GPS wasn't showing her exactly which route to take, and it was a 3-way split on a highway. And she was like, Holy Spirit, which one do I take? And she just took the one she felt like he was telling her to take. And thank God it was the right route. And God just showed me, like, if we lean on him, he'll show us the right route. But if we're only looking in the natural and just seeing the natural side of things, like what's the quickest, what's, the fastest, what's the easiest, sometimes we all want the easy way out. Sometimes God's way is not always the easiest way, but he can see steps ahead of us. He can see our future. He can see the things that we'll encounter if we make these wrong turns. So my prayer for you today is that you will allow God to be your GPS.